Haribani, my brothers and my sisters. This is your brother, your elder, Abu Amin Ra. My brothers and sisters, all over the globe, especially in Africa and its diaspora. This message is intended for you, my brothers and my sisters. My brothers and sisters, we who are captives within the boundaries of the United States government, those of us who are captive in Europe, in other places of the world, including the mother continent, Africa itself, we must come together as one, fighting and struggling for the same cause, or we shall remain in the condition we are in. My brothers and sisters, we must unite on the things we suffered as that's very similar to one another. For instance, beginning in the 7th century AD, many millions of our brothers and sisters were taken across the Sahara by way of the so-called Indian Ocean and dispersed throughout the world. Then beginning, my brothers and sisters, in 1441, the capture of Africans on the west coast of Africa began. And they were shipped to the continent known as North and South America. Listen, my brothers and sisters. They shipped us out to steal our resources and make themselves richer because they're greedy and avaricious, heartless. So they kept us in physical slavery throughout this continent in the West. Let us refer to it as the Western world, continentally, that is. And they stole the only resources we had at the time, which was our labor. Chopping corn, growing rice, picking cotton, tobacco, and all these products, at least 6 days a week from sun up to sunrise for over 275 years without giving us just compensation. They made so much money off of us until it caused the rise of capitalism. Brother, they hung us from trees, burned us on fire altars, and shot us down like wild animals. My brother, then they practiced the medical experiments on us during the 1930s and 40s in Tuskegee, Alabama, sanctioned by the United States Public Health Services. Now let us see what they did to you, my brothers and sisters on the continent, besides taking away your brothers and sisters into slavery, both to the Eastern world and to the Western world. Then, my brother, they began to move throughout Africa, trying to locate your resources, your gold, your silver, your diamonds, your oil, your coffee, all of your valuable resources that the rest of the world needed. But the majority of it was in Mother Africa. So my brothers and sisters, they had a Bandung conference divided Mother Africa up, disregarding empire lines, cultural lines, or anything of that nature, but dividing it up for their own benefit. Belgium, England, Portugal, come on, France. It came in to steal all of the resources from our Mother Africa. They opened up her stomach and took all the resources that Mother Nature had blessed us with, because she has provided us the land on which she had caused them to come into existence. Then, my brothers and sisters, they infill you with their spirits, have you speaking their own their languages, French, English, and other languages throughout South Africa there. They stripped us of our language in the United States and the Western world, made us speak their language. So they did the same thing to us. They ripped us from your side, Mother Africa, and brought the wealth we had with us, our labor, and stole that labor for over 300 years, 275 of them documented. Stole all that money from us and our labor, stole our resources, and made themselves rich. England, Belgium, France, and Portugal did the same thing to you. Stole all your resources while you wallowed in poverty. Then introduced Ebola on our people in Africa. So my brothers and sisters, we have everything in common to unite around, based on the understanding that the only way any African anyway is going to be free is if every African everywhere is free. Africa's on the motherland and throughout the diaspora. We must operate as one nation. Doesn't matter as long as it's African based. You can still hold on to your tribalism, but rise above it for the sake of our global liberation. See, you got the spirit in you also. You must rise above this spirit. It's demonstrated that you love him. You try to emulate him. You're willing to wear hair that looks like his women's hair and don't produce any of it. Same way in the USA and South America, Central America, etc. We've become possessed, both those of us in the diaspora and those of us on the motherland, with the spirit of those oppressors who are robbing us, degrading us, killing us. We must come together. We must unify. We have more in common, even though we are separated by thousands of miles, than we have in difference. We got to come together, my brothers and sisters, throughout Mother Africa, throughout the diaspora, and unite as one nation of African people. Then we can move as one, have direct connections with one another, have some of our representatives in Africa, some of the African representatives in the United States. We must come together. We must come to an understanding of what our problem is and how we can solve our problems by any means necessary. Nothing's off the table. Any means necessary or we shall remain in the condition we're in. My brothers and sisters, I long for the day when the African man in Africa and African man throughout the diaspora, including the women and the children, can say uhuru, they say mandala. My brothers and sisters, let's come together. One people, one nation in the motherland and throughout the diaspora. One nation, one African nation. Do you understand what I'm saying? My brothers and sisters, I hope you understand. We must come together as one and develop an ideology which we already have. Just utilize it and put it into purpose under Pan-Africanism. You understand what I'm saying? This is our only hope. We all go down together. We all arrived at our pre-planned destiny together. Once again, peace and hotep to you, my Nduga na Dada.